Hi everyone, welcome to this presentation where we'll show you how the integration of Chemaxon modules into Inquiro can help scientific research in the fight against COVID-19. Before we begin, just a few words about the Inquiro software. Inquiro is an insight engine that collects scientific data and enriches it using ontologies. As a result, it provides data and metadata that can then be exploited with graphic representations within the software itself, or be shared via an API to be processed by other tools such as business intelligence software or specific scientific tools such as Spotfire or Pipeline Pilot. Now, let's discover how Inquiro integrating the chemistry Chemaxon modules participates to the research effort against COVID-19. Inquiro offers different possibilities. One of them is a search engine where you can either do a text search or a chemical search. Let's focus on the latter. I'll open the Marvin.js module. I can now draw or download my structure. The chloroquine structure, for example, that I will upload here and that appears there. I then click on the OK button to launch my search on all the data that contains chloroquine. I get 1,172 results. So that's 1,172 documents containing chloroquine. If I want to do an extended search, i.e. a search mentioning chloroquine as a substructure, I will then launch the search on all the documents that contain chloroquine, as well as chemical structures containing the scaffold of chloroquine. I get 1,540 results. You can also notice that when I run my mouse over the name of the molecule, its structure pops up on my screen via the chemical modules. These modules also enable me to display all the molecules and molecular structures that contain chloroquine and are related to the subset of documents I've selected. Moving on to exploiting my data, I can now use graphic representations such as a relation graph, for example. I just need to select the ontology I'm interested in. Here, I choose the ontologies related to the proteins dedicated to COVID-19 specifics, and I get the co-occurrences of these proteins in the subset of data I selected in my previous search. I can also process the results from my structural and substructural search via a heat map. I'll cross my results along 2 dimensions, proteins for the first dimension and viruses for the second one, and get a mapping of the results concerning the cross. For each document, I can open and read it, of course, but also have an overview of all the chemical molecules it mentions, thanks once again to the Chemaxon module. Now, back to the presentation of Inquiro. As you can see, it is built upon 4 main pillars: collect, enrich, exploit, and share. Chemaxon is implemented in 3 out of these 4 pillars. For the collection of data, we use JChemBase on PostgreSQL. It enables us to know if the substance exists or not, to store it, and to store its chemical structure. Then, in the enrich phase, we use the naming technology that detects substances in documents and stores the info in JChemBase. Finally, in the exploit phase, which is the most complex in the chemistry world, we use the modules Marvin.js, JChemEngine, and name to structure. We hope you've enjoyed this presentation and that you now have a clear picture of how the interaction of Chemaxon and Inquiro can help you in your research. If you want to try it, you're more than welcome to connect to our free access portal available at covid19.dexstr.io. Thank you for your attention.